There is something your baby is doing right now that you'll never see, never hear, and never get proof of, and it's happening every single day you spend together. You buy the flashcards, you download the app that promises to build vocabulary, you research the best toys for cognitive development. But the truth is, your baby isn't building memories from any of that, not in the way you think. The moments that actually stick, the ones that get filed away in a part of the brain we don't even have full language for yet, are so ordinary you'd never think to record them. They're free, they take no planning, and according to researchers who study infant memory and attachment, they may matter more than almost anything money can buy. Scientists call this implicit memory, memory that isn't a story you can tell, but a feeling your body carries anyway. Think of it like this. You don't remember learning to trust that a chair will hold your weight when you sit down. You just trust it. That's the kind of memory your baby is building about you right now before they have a single word to describe it. And if you're only hearing about this for the first time today, that's not a gap in your parenting. It's a gap in what anyone ever handed you. Nobody sits new parents down and explains that the ordinary Tuesday afternoons are doing this much work. Picture this. It's 6 a.m. Your baby is still mostly asleep, cheek pressed into your shoulder, one small fist curled against your collarbone. Nothing is happening. No lesson, no toy, no stimulation plan. And yet, somewhere in that tiny, half-formed brain, something is being recorded that no flashcard could ever teach. Over the next few minutes, we're going through 10 of these secretly remembered things, the small, unglamorous moments your baby is quietly filing away as proof of who you are and who they can trust you to be. Let's start with the counterintuitive part. Most parents assume a baby won't remember anything before age 2 or 3, so what happens in the early months surely can't matter that much. Developmental researcher Carolyn Rovey Collier spent decades testing this assumption directly. In her studies, she tied a ribbon from a baby's ankle to a mobile hanging above the crib. Babies as young as 3 months old quickly learned that kicking made the mobile move. Weeks later, with no reminder in between, she'd bring the same babies back and hang the same mobile. They started kicking immediately. The memory had been sitting there the whole time, quietly intact. And here's the part that matters for you. This kind of memory doesn't care about your income, your zip code, or how many educational products are in the nursery. It runs on repetition and response, which every single parent already has access to, for free, all day long. Now for the part that actually explains why this matters emotionally, not just scientifically. In the 1950s, psychologist Harry Harlow ran an experiment that changed how we understand infant attachment forever. He separated infant rhesus monkeys from their mothers and gave them 2 substitute mothers instead. One was made of bare wire but held a bottle of milk. The other was covered in soft cloth but offered no food at all. If babies only bonded over survival needs, logic says they'd cling to the wire mother, the one that fed them. They didn't. Over and over, the infant monkeys spent almost all their time clinging to the soft cloth mother, only rushing to the wire one to feed before hurrying straight back. And when researchers introduced something frightening into the cage, every single baby ran to the cloth mother for comfort, not the one with the food. Warmth and touch weren't a bonus on top of survival. For that developing brain, warmth was survival. Put those 2 findings together and you get something quietly profound. Your baby's brain is built to remember from astonishingly early on. And what it's built to remember most isn't whether you had the right gadget or the perfectly optimized routine. It's whether comfort showed up when it was needed. This isn't about blame for the days you got it wrong, or the naps you missed, or the times you were too exhausted to be soft. It's about recognizing that the score is being kept somewhere far more forgiving than a milestone chart. It's being kept in felt experience. And felt experience odds up in your favor far more easily than you think. So what does this actually look like in practice? 3 things, and none of them require a purchase. First,
Narrate the mundane. You don't need a curriculum. You just need your own running commentary. Something as simple as, okay, now I'm going to put your sock on, here comes your sock, said in that easy, half sing-song voice, is doing real work. It's teaching your baby that the world is predictable and that you're the reliable narrator of it. Second, let repair be visible. You will get impatient. You will sigh or snap or turn away for a beat too long. That's not a failure, it's part of the deal. What your baby's memory system actually tracks is what happens next. So when you notice it, come back. A simple, "Hey, sorry, I got frustrated for a second. I'm here," said in a warm voice, even to a baby who can't understand the words, teaches their nervous system that rupture is always followed by return. If you're worried you've already messed it up on a hard day, this is genuinely the reassurance to hold on to. It was never about being perfect, it was always about coming back. Third, slow down the goodbyes and hellos. The moment you pick your baby up after time apart and the moment you leave are disproportionately memorable to their still forming brain. You don't need a special toy that promises to ease separation anxiety. You need about 10 extra seconds. A steady, "There you are," when you reunite, a calm, "I'll be right back," before you go. That's the whole intervention, and it costs nothing. Compare that to the sensory mats, the milestone tracking apps, the brain-building toy subscriptions lined up on so many nursery shelves. None of them are bad, but none of them can do what your ordinary, unrecorded, slightly imperfect presence does, because none of them can be remembered the way you can. A toy doesn't come back after leaving the room. A screen doesn't notice when your baby's fist curls tighter around your finger. Only you can build the specific kind of memory that says this person is safe and this person returns.
So next time you're standing in the baby aisle wondering if this toy or that subscription is the thing that's going to give your child an edge, remember this: the real edge was never for sale. It was always the ordinary version of you, showing up again and again. And if you've watched this far, that already tells us something about the kind of parent you are. Not a perfect one, there's no such thing, but a paying attention one. That, more than any product, is what your baby's memory is quietly built to notice. Here's the whole idea in one sentence. Your baby doesn't need you to be flawless. They need you to be present and to keep coming back, because that's the story their nervous system is writing about the world, one ordinary day at a time. If this changed how you think about the small stuff, hit subscribe. Every week, we dig into another piece of what's actually happening inside your baby's growing mind, from how their brain hears your voice to what their first year of sleep is quietly building. And if you know another parent who's up too early or too anxious about doing it right, send this their way. It might be the reassurance they didn't know they needed today. You don't have to be remembered for getting it perfect. You have to be remembered for coming back. The ordinary moments are the whole point.